Welcome to Sky Hyzer Productions coverage of the 40th annual Kansas City Wide Open, presented by Bushnell Disc, the Kansas City Disc Golf Club, DFXDiscs.com, and Lone Star Disc, which you can get to at LoneStarDiscs.com. My name is Tyler Brickley, and I am honored to be calling the action alongside Michael Babbitt in the booth. Michael?
How you doing? I'm so excited to be here. Big shout out to our sponsors. We've got an amazing card at the historic Waterworks, designed by Ace Mason and Jim Krieger. We got Matthew Orum, world-class disc golfer. We got John Jones, Kansas City's finest disc golfer, throwing a lot of amazing discs, calm, cool, and collected. We got Peter Bures on the card, the 2020 Kansas City Wide Open champion, throws a lot of old Innova, so much fun to play. And then a staple around the Midwest, Andrew Presnell, world-class disc golfer. We're going to see those classic drone shots. This is so exciting.
Well, my name is Chris Timko. I am the president of Kansas City Disc Golf and the event director for the 40th annual Kansas City Wide Open. And we welcome all of our competitors this year to our very exciting event. The first time I played a course in Kansas City was in 2006. I was living in Iowa City, came out to a wedding, and was able to sneak off and play Waterworks Park. For those people that are not from Kansas City, Waterworks Park is smack dab in the middle of North Kansas City. For somebody that wasn't from a big city, it felt like I was surrounded by big city, yet in this little disc golf oasis where I didn't see any traffic, where I didn't really see any of the city. I could hear it around, but I was surrounded by trees. I think one of the things about Kansas City that's always fascinated with me has been the amount of green space. It's really a relief to be able to get away from the city and sneak off to a course and to something a little more in the wilderness. I've always found a good deal of peace spending time in parks like this as a way to get away from the daily grind. Event director is a newer role in kind of the world of disc golf tournaments. As disc golf tournaments are continuing to grow, putting all the onus on a tournament director just doesn't help with the long-term viability of the event. So while a tournament director like Jerry, a very, very important role, I help coordinate some of the other things like working through budgets, working with parks departments, coordinating sponsorship opportunities, as well as some of the events that may be related to the Kansas City Wide Open, but aren't related to the actual event, such as our putting challenge, such as our fly mart, and such as our players party. One of the things that makes Kansas City disc golf so unique is how long the sport has been associated with the city. The now defunct Swope Park, which was installed in 1981, was one of the first 100 courses built, which means that disc golf in Kansas City is really a generational thing. We've seen a number of great volunteers and great leaders that have grown the sport to what it is in our city now, which includes obviously a number of tournaments, a number of leagues, and an incredible number of casual players. Kansas City's had a long history with the Kansas City Wide Open being a premier event as far as touring competitors go. It was on the old Super Tour in the early 2000s, was a Pro Tour through the early 2000s and into the 2010s. Kansas City Disc Golf and the Disc Golf Pro Tour have been exploring options to once again bring the Kansas City Wide Open kind of back to that level of prominence. I think one of the things, especially from the Pro Tour's perspective, that makes Kansas City an attractive place to hold an event is the number of spectators and casual golfers that will come out to an event like the Kansas City Wide Open and really give the Disc Golf Pro Tour something it's really looking for, which is a large number of in-person spectators for their event. Well, Kansas City Disc Golf is a volunteer organization, so the people that choose to devote their time to course maintenance, course installation, maybe serving on the board of directors, serving in an advisory role as a liaison with the parks department, being a course coordinator or being a lead director, each one of these roles often falls into a volunteer role. And due to the number of courses and just the overall size of the disc golf footprint in the Kansas City metro area, it really takes a village of volunteers to organize exactly what we have here in Kansas City. Often when I sign off on social media posts or emails, I mention that Kansas City is the greatest disc golfing city in the world. With over 4 decades of experience, Kansas City has made countless contributions to the sport, and we're just getting started.
Here we are. Big shout out to Dead Center Disc Golf for these amazing flyovers of Waterworks Park. Hole 1, 470 feet. It's a par 3. You got to get over that first gap, then you're playing it for par.
One of the most scenic opening holes in disc golf.
Iconic.
It's so fun to throw.
You can see the city in the backdrop.
All right, first off, we have a PDGA member since 2001.
This is how you start a tournament.
316 total events with 77 wins, an 8-time winner of Southern Nationals, number 11 on our U.S. Tour, 2nd Masters Cup, 11th in the OTB Open, 6th at Outer Wild, 5th at Ledgestone, and 7th at the DMC. He does what Nick Saban tells him to, and he's pleased by the contract extension. Roll Tide, baby, Matty O!
Matty O, a golfer who needs no introduction. He did get quite a long one there. He has all the accolades that you could ever want. And looking to take down this A-tier.
Yeah, this Waterworks, this layout that we're playing only has 2 par 4s. And Matty O's a world-class disc shaper. So we're going to see some amazing just general shaping of the disc. I'm so excited for this round. That is
either going to be
perfect.
perfect, or is it going to go long left? Just an easy 550-foot opening shot from Matty.
Yeah, he crushed that.
And second on the pad with 21 wins, the Frostbreaker, the Monkey Island Open, and Longview Open, and the current club champ, John Jones from Kansas City, Missouri.
Now, you called John the finest disc golfer in Kansas City, and I thought that was you.
No, that's John Jones,
John
big
Jones.
time.
Okay. All right.
100%, no questions asked.
Learning all kinds of things.
Yes.
Oh, keep turning.
Beautiful turnover.
You can tell he's throwing
Playing
this all
it
the time or two.
perfect.
How quick does the out of bounds come in down there?
Not much. I don't think there's any OB on this hole unless you completely go
Third
into
on
the
pad
other
with
fairway.
14
on the
wins
two.
Gotcha. Okay,
and a
okay. I was
38th
thinking
annual
that they
Kansas City
roped it
Wide
off down
Open,
there.
Sponsored by Fox Hill Farms out of Shawnee, Kansas, Peter Bures.
Excited to watch Peter and John play today.
Yeah, we're in for a good time for sure. You're going to see a lot of late turning flip ups out of Peter here.
A couple local pros and a couple touring pros.
That's
so
right.
We'll get to see it all. That was pretty high. I think he's going to appreciate that just fell down right there.
Yep, over the hill.
And the top
That's
off
what
our
you
league
want.
card, we got 73 career wins. The U.S. Tour rank is 32nd. 36th annual Kansas City Wide Open. The Rumble. 12th at Ledgestone. 7th at Des Moines.
So Andrew won this a few years ago.
Out of
I think
Ozark, Missouri.
one of his
Presnell.
most interesting stats is that he was the runner-up last year. So we're going to see if he, you know, he's going to be out for blood. He's not looking to take another second place this time.
No, we got 3 rounds out here, and the Kansas City Wide Open has a long history, so these players want this title. This title means a lot to a lot of people.
It's got to beat that tree and not get beat by that tree, but it looks like that's what happened.
All right.
So par's probably fine.
Yeah,
on this hole.
Par's what you're looking for. It's definitely a bonus birdie out here to get that birdie.
Yeah, it's 470 feet. That's not too hard. Ooh, not too hard to throw all that distance. It's hard to get it to stop
That's right.
around circle 1.
There's a lot of elevation out here at Waterworks that you're going to have to contend. A lot of trees and a lot of elevation, so you're going to have to control that angle landing on the greens here.
This would be a
amazing birdie.
giant way to start his round. Okay, no harm done. That's a 20 going on 45-foot putt. If
Yeah,
you're
to start
being
your round.
filmed, you're round one. You got Matty O and Andrew Presnell there. Come on, Peter. That was so good.
Yep. Sat though.
Yeah.
You're happy that didn't roll away.
He's definitely going to want to make that one. But yeah, like you said, he's walking in the next hole thinking, okay, we got the nerves out of the way. Let's start playing some golf.
Yeah, with a couple tap-ins. I mean, this hole played .47. We had a field of over 100 players in the MPO. And this hole one played .47 over par. 2 birdies on the round. Shout out to Daniel Brooks Wells and Levi Hancock.
Nice. That's a little...
Beautiful flyover by dead center disc golf. Hole 2, 315 feet, plays more like 375. It's not a full power shot, but a tight green, tight airspace working up towards the green here. This is a great birdie get.
What are those things flying around the skull's head on the dead center? Those
Looks like an orbit. I don't know.
discs.
It's a heavy skull.
I can't tell if it's like a bug or like a disc. Would somebody keep an eye on that on hole 3 flyover?
Well, we were watching those gnats in the FBO coverage.
Yeah, exactly. The camera is not gonna. That was a pump.
Great one.
The camera has no shot at explaining to you all how uphill this is. You're thinking, oh, Matty O just threw a 315-foot slightly uphill shot. No big deal.
This plays close to 400.
Wow.
John Jones with an absolute perfect drive. Slight turn out of the hand, and then just finish right towards the pin.
This is going to surprise nobody, but that bush there in the middle left of the fairway, like, I'm doing okay to get past that. Or like this white birch tree would be like right around there would be like my max distance drive, and these guys are just they're just flying the
When you
basket.
go play hole 2 at Waterworks, that's when you realize how far of a shot this is.
Goodness. Oh, that's let out a little early.
The stability is always hard to get right here because it just continually goes uphill and uphill and uphill. So you go a little bit understable, and then you go OB right. You go too overstable, you end up with Presnell, and you have to make a big putt.
Matty, who went long, just Matty O problems.
Little ace run on hole 1.
To come back now. Wow. Oh, yeah, and on hole 1. He's flying these baskets. He needs to start discing down.
Off the left side, that's definitely something Matty wants to convert. Presnell for par here.
Nice putt.
John Jones with an amazing birdie.
Yeah, it's a par hole, so that birdie is incredible. I probably shouldn't say it's a par hole. Tell me, how many birdies do we have on
That
hole
one
2?
played .1 over par.
Okay.
There were
so
17 birdies there. And here we are on hole 3, 350 feet. There's OB on the right side, natural OB on the left side. That's a big slope. basically what can you throw straight and in control. Like you want to be on the fairway, you don't want to be OB on the right, and you don't want to be natural OB down that hill on the left side. This is a very technical shot with a lot of pressure.
That John and Peter have probably thrown hundreds of times. Oh no, look, I was gonna say, look at the basket, cameraman.
Look at John
it's coming
Jones.
in. Wow.
Parking 2 out of the 3 holes to start on lead card in his own city.
He really is
you
the
love to see.
finest local.
No doubt about it.
Oh, there's no Mando here. Okay.
No
okay.
Mando, just OB, so that low Hyzer route is available for play. And that just sneaks through perfectly.
Goodness.
That easily can go down that hill on the left side. There's a good little love there.
And more, yeah, and no chance at getting through the tree line, typically. I mean, there's so many trees, and
Right.
you just made it through all of them. I think
Here's
Peter's
the
probably going to want that to be a little closer. But now he can make the correction on his putt.
High left.
He's got a really strong, solid-looking putt. Just slightly mistimed here on the first few holes. Matteo doesn't miss those.
Yep. And just I'm not sure what disc that was that John Jones threw right there. But it might have been a condor. John Jones is known for throwing
Nice.
the old Innova condors. Hole 4, 290 feet, the iconic peace sign hole here at Waterworks. It's a straight tunnel shot, finishing off to the right in this beautiful peace sign here with the red mulch. Awesome hole to get, awesome green to approach to.
Pretty tough with the straight backhand. If you don't have a good, 350 foot of power on a sidearm,
That's right, John going with that condor
it's
again.
just never gonna.
Yep.
The only backhand route, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to go down the fairway. with
Yeah, late
something that
turn.
turns late.
That's exactly right.
But I was gonna say, if you can beat those bushes right there on the end with a good strong forehand shot, you can make this hole seem pretty easy. There's the late turn we were talking about.
Oh, I think he just hit the pole there.
That is the best backhand
Yes.
shot I've ever seen on this
And
hole.
nobody better to do it than Presnell.
This seems
Peter.
perfect. This seems absolutely perfect. Just a little long.
Beautiful
He's
forehand.
gonna get a rough roll. Hey, into Terrapin Station.
Little long.
Shout out to Urban Station.
Yeah,
Tripled out.
little local hangout spot.
Yeah.
You don't really want to hang out there if you're playing around, but
John Jones with a little bit of a good
Oh,
kick now on the
that
approach.
looked so smooth.
Yep, got that nice backboard there.
Yeah.
You kind of got a little free run here. Maybe do something special here, Medio.
Oh, interesting. Probably still a par for Matt, but definitely something to think about now.
Peter, get his round going.
Yeah, you said it. Peter's round is going in the wrong direction so far. He needs to get it back under control, and he can birdie every single one of these holes.
That's
so
right.
He just needs to get that confidence back. Oh, there you go.
Great putt.
That could have been a zero chain Mach X. That could have been a Mach 0. He would have been fine.
Presnell with a nice birdie there. One you
That was
definitely want to get.
So good.
He's on the board officially here.
A lot of birdies to be had probably on this hole for the field, but I could also see lots of bogeys, people getting hung up early. I'm going to guess this played around even par.
Yes, you're right. It played .13 under par. Here we are, hole 5, 340 feet. You got two ways to go about this. You can go on that center gap or the right gap. The right gap's the more common scoring gap for a right-handed backhand. You're taking something pretty stable and fast and throwing it flat on the right side and letting it skip towards the basket. It's a pretty hard shot to execute, being low ceiling and a small gap. Excited to see what happens here.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to hit early and make this hole a lot harder than it needs to be. You need to hit that gap off the tee or you're scrambling, and it is not an easy scramble.
It's just so low. Oh, no. Yeah, that's probably going to be pretty tough for John.
Yeah, the left side is a little bit more easy to scramble than the right. Matt Orum with a beautiful shot, little air bounce there. That was fun to watch.
Quite have the distance. That's going to tail out to maybe circle 2. He was standing.
Circle 2 there.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Let's see, maybe a unique
Still
line out of
makeable.
Peter here. Oh, I thought he
Definitely.
might go for the roller.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like I need to go. But Matt's shot was incredible. Like anything that can fight that ceiling and get all the way down there is an incredible shot.
Here's that scrambling on that right side, like.
Okay, gave himself a
pretty
chance.
good,
Yeah. Okay, so John's is quite a bit more open than I thought it would be from the ceiling, but he does have to still keep it low.
Little body English on that one, scoots it up to circle 1. Probably not as close as he would have liked, but nonetheless, in circle 1.
Maybe edge a circle here from Matt, 28 or so. Nice putt.
Beautiful putt.
Matt's got a great putting style for never 3-putting
Right.
any green, you know?
He's so fun to watch.
He's
It's
got
such a unique style,
Exactly, yeah.
and he plays true to himself every round, and you just love to see that. Same with Presnell, you know. He's a veteran and still throwing those backhands like a champ. On forehand, that is.
The putting woes continue for Peter.
Yep.
It has a way of compounding, doesn't it? If you can't get the ship righted early on, it just starts to add up and add up. All it takes is one good birdie, one circle 2 cash, and he can get things going again.
Here we are, hole 6, 376 feet, par 4. You've got about 300 feet of tunnel here, which is just awesome while you're on the green to look at. If you can get something turning late to the right here, you may have an eagle chance, but really anything straight, the further straight you are, the better.
I think there's supposed to be discs flying around the skull's head. I've been trying to figure it out. I think there's a chance they could be bullets, but I don't know, you know.
We'll have to check up with them and figure out what that is.
Go to
That's
Dead Center.
perfect.
Go check out Dead Center Disc Golf and find out for yourself.
And that was a dead center shot by
There you
Presnell.
go. A little bit of mystery in their branding, but not with their products.
Orum, Jones, and Presnell all tied at 2 down here through 5.
I was just hoping to see one glasses cat.
Probably worth mentioning that it is just, it's a cliff down the right side of this hole.
That's right.
So that's in these guys' minds. Like, if you kick to the right, oh, I love this. Keep
Deep
flipping.
Hyzer flip out of John Jones. To
That
go
is
straight.
a local move right there. I was saying, if you kick to the right, I mean, it's just like, it's a double bogey.
Oh, yeah.
You're just 2 shots to get back up. You
Yeah,
know.
you're down a hill and you're looking at a wall of trees.
Exactly.
Adds a little bit of pressure to this shot.
So you can see them all kind of favoring that
Yeah.
miss to the left,
Yeah.
where maybe it doesn't flip over quite as much as they want, but
Yeah.
that's definitely why on this hole.
Very interesting par 4 here. Like, you're seeing Presnell approach the par 4 with a putt, but you don't see a lot
But
of
you'll
eagles.
see why right here, sadly. There it goes. Okay, it stayed on the second tier. It's a pretty steep hill behind that basket there, so you can't get too aggressive. That's going to be a tricky putt for Matt. Ooh, I did not see that line. That
Wow,
was
how cool was
so
that?
well done. There you go, Peter. All right, there's a birdie.
John Jones going with the koi here. This is a complete rubber disc. There's not going to be any rollaways with this thing.
Oh, you don't.
No,
Don't
no
do
shot
that.
it
Don't do
does.
that to Michael.
No shot it does.
Don't do that to Michael. I'm gonna say that was
Do you
not
count
a
that as a
roll away.
rollaway?
No, it didn't roll
Okay.
away. It just rolled, the same distance on the other side of the basket. So it was a roll and stay, not a roll away.
Nice birdie.
Nice.
Nice, John Jones keeping
job,
pace
John.
with Matt Orum through 6. Presnell definitely wanting that putt back. He wanted that birdie for sure.
Let's go, Peter.
Yeah, Peter's on the board.
All right.
Hole 7, 235 feet. Par 3, super low ceiling. The elevation plays with you early. You really just want to get it through the gap and scoot it up to the pin. Something straight and low, a forehand works, or there is actually a right-handed backhand Hyzer route as well. Matt Orum
Matt
collecting himself.
Saying a
before the
little
throw.
prayer
Yeah.
there, which is about all you can do on this tee shot. Oh, is it going to beat the ceiling? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like 6 feet tall. I
Right.
think is like your gap.
I like the flex forehand, not for myself. I don't have the talent, but I like to watch people
Yeah.
throw the flex forehand on this shot.
I do see the flex forehand work a lot.
Fan grip out of Peter. I haven't noticed if that's his go-to or if he just chose to do that on this drive. Lift a little.
That should scoot up
That
there
slid
beautifully.
up. Yeah, nice work. Interesting that we're seeing him. Is everyone else closer?
It
It seemed like he had the best shot of the group.
there you
Wow,
go. Back
2
to
in a
back.
row
Birdie.
for Peter. Let's go.
Go, Peter.
So I think we missed a shot there because I believe that was a par for John. Apologies to
No,
John and all of his friends and family if that's incorrect. But
no, he got the birdie.
that was a birdie for
Yep,
John.
that was a birdie for John.
And the lead
I
over
think we
Matt.
missed Matt Orum's approach.
Okay, okay. Because his was certainly a lot shorter.
Hole 8, 237 feet, par 3 with a double Mando. This is a steep elevation with OB on the slope. You really got to control your speed and angle here and try your best to not have any rollaways.
It's kind of a mini hole 1 where it's really easy to get a disc there. It's just so hard to get it to stop.
John Jones going with that koi, that complete rubber disc. And that ain't rolling
John,
nowhere.
hit me up. I'll meet you at Waterworks sometime and get you a blowfly. It's going to change your life.
Now look at this play here out of Peter. He's going with a
No.
forehand roller.
Please work. Come on, tree.
Oh, catches the base of the
Jerk
tree.
Is that going to go OB? Or is that
Nope,
natural OB?
I think
over
he's
there?
in front of the Mando there still, and he's okay.
Okay.
Tricky upshot, though. Such a touchy shot.
And again with the camera, you're not seeing how nose down, like Matt's throwing that there. He's
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
it straight down the hill.
Yeah, you got to work really hard to get your shoulders to match the slope of the fairway here. Taking that wide skipping shot, that's the route I like.
Nobody really pinning this one, which goes to show you, even though it's only 230 feet, it's not easy. Oh, that is shocking from Andrew. That was not the shot he was looking for. Whoa! Little scuba.
That was cool.
That was really cool. Just
The
let it
question is,
slide.
do you run this?
If you're John, I think so for sure.
Love the
gonna
confidence
stop. Yep,
and rewarded
okay.
with a sit.
He misses that unless he rolls. He's probably 25 to circle's edge, so still makeable if he misses. So yeah, I think worth a go there.
I mean, he's leading the card 2 through 7.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the pace. Two pretty good sits. Again, both. I don't think either one of those guys were probably too worried about this. They both wanted that make.
It's a big par save for Presnell.
Presnell has to get it too high. Not excited about that. Yeah, I don't care how many Mandos and out of bounds stakes there are. 230-foot hole, you're not excited about walking away with a bogey. Good par there for Peter. Peter's really turning things around here.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
really exciting to see.
Hole 8 actually played .19 over par.
That's so wild. Where was it roughly in relation to the other holes?
That was one
Middle
of
of the pack, handicap wise.
Yeah, middle of the pack, maybe on the later half.
We are dedicated to the game. Developing technology and providing data that helps you take the next step. Whether it's your next training session, league night, or major. Because we believe the best way to grow the sport is to push the sport. And the best way to do that is together. We're focused on the future to make that happen.
Hole 9, 350 feet downhill. We're on a temporary tee pad here. All that sidewalk is going to be OB. Road is OB. Your play is going to be safe to the right or attacking it into a tight green. If you do go OB, you will proceed to a drop zone. I like to play it safe on this hole, but I won't be surprised to see players on our featured card attack it. Kind of looked like John was going for a safer play there.
Yeah, just the angles off the tee are pretty demanding.
Very precise angle control here. Peter getting all the way through. Gonna have a nice and easy par and even a birdie look with an amazing putt.
I would expect we'll see Orum and Presnell pretty close on this one. It just feels like a touring pro. Like if you're a touring pro,
Woo!
those are shots that you just should have by default. You know, that 350 foot.
And that was probably 6 inches from an ace.
Just a little overturned there.
Definitely a mistake you want to make. Seeing
True.
like a little bit of a tailwind there, so. Condor out of John Jones, hanging it wide left.
Oh, it's so floaty.
That flew
That's awesome.
out of bounds for 98% of the flight.
And he was never worried.
No, he knew exactly what that disc was doing.
Yeah, Presnell, even though it doesn't look it, I'm sure he's not feeling great after the last couple holes.
Yeah.
He's going to get a par on this one, no
Yeah.
doubt. But
You definitely want to attack Waterworks.
yeah, we're 2 rounds after this at Bad Rock Creek, right?
Yep. Okay. 1 round here, only 2 par 4s. It's about 6,000 feet. That was a beautiful
What
putt,
a putt,
for
John.
the par save. But yeah, you want to be as aggressive as you can at Waterworks and get your birdies. They're all out there to take. After an ace run.
Yeah, that seems to be Matty's Matty O's MO.
Right?
Whoa. Hang on. Did we just create a branding campaign for him? MO's MO is run the basket for ace and then make the birdie putt comebacker.
That's how I like to play disc golf. Can you hear that Kansas City downtown airport close by?
KCI. This hole brought to you by KCI. All right, so the 1 birdie on that to tie us up in the lead again. And that's the end of our front 9.
Front 9, Matty O and John Jones tied.
It's exciting. Let's see what happens here on the back. Kale LaVisca, though,
Little check-in here. Hot, Kel Leveska.
sneaking in. And Randon Lata at 5 under as well. So we've got some fireworks happening out there. See you guys on the back 9.